Alright, so I think we can start now. Hello everyone and welcome to our NTW Learning Hour session. I'm Adit and I'm delighted to be your host for today's session. We are honored to have our expert trainer, Mr. Fikri Radhi, who will be sharing valuable insights on AI-driven insights, Power BI, Power Query, and smarter decision making. Alright, let me share my screen. Okay. During this session, please feel free to ask questions in the chat box below. Mr. Fikri will address all questions at the end of the session. As a reminder, please keep your microphone muted throughout the session to avoid any disruption. Without further ado, I hand over the floor to Mr. Fikri.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Adib, for the introduction. Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. Can you hear my voice clearly? I want to know. All right. Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you. Good morning. Yes. All right. How are you guys? Doing well? Are you in the office? Waiting for this class for the 2 hours session. All right. Morning, yes. Assalamualaikum. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, that's good. That's good. I've been told that almost 400 participants registered. All right. So let's see if the number is increasing up to at least 200. All right. So for this 2 hour session, we're going to learn about the Power BI and what AI features that we can use in Power BI, Power Query, and also how can we utilize the features. All right. So before that, I want to know anyone. I mean, do you have you used Power BI before, or this is your first time? You want to know that? Oh, I want to join this class because I want to know what is Power BI. Can you write down in the chat box? All right. So first time used before. No, first time. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, first time. Wow, a lot of you guys first time. Use few time only because company said to advance. Actually, it's a friendly, beginner friendly. Okay, use Power Query. Okay, first time. It's okay. That's good. That's good. At least I know that most of you are first timer, and in this training, because it's only 2 hours, so I will make it faster, but it's compact. All right, I will make sure I cover all the topic. Lama tak guna, company tak practice. It's okay. You still can use for your own purpose, like using your company data, try to explore later on. Okay. So I think let's start. Okay. Kita nak gunakan, we want to fully utilize the 2 hours. Let me share my screen first. All right. So for this session, we're going to learn about AI-driven insight, Power BI, Power Query, and smarter decision making. Okay. So before we continue to Power BI, we need to understand what is the insight. Okay. What is the insight? People understand that insight is just information, but actually it's not just information. It's connected that you can see whatever you cannot see, like the raw data, you need to convert and make it in pattern. All right. So, and you can do action. Do action means from the insight, you understand the data and you can do the decision and action. All right. So imagine you have a line, then you can connect all the dot line, and then to let you understand what is inside, you have a data, and then data is just a raw number, right? It's a raw number. You cannot understand like what is all about the data, and then you convert it into a chart or whatsoever. So you add a context. All right, you have information. So from the raw data, you convert it, so you know that, oh, I get what is the highest number of in this group, and group A and group B. All right, and then from the information, you add few added value, which is insight. Okay, so you reveal a meaningful pattern, so you can know that, let's say you have a 1 year data. So from 1 year data, you can identify that, oh, July month is the highest sales compared to others, right? So you can reveal the meaningful pattern. Is it in an uptrend or downtrend or fluctuates? And then from the insight, actually, we can do an action. So the action, you can do something with it, like yeah, from the raw data, you do a chart, and then you get the pattern, and then from there, higher management or top management or your bosses, manager, you can do decision making and do an action. So maybe you can need to increase sales on the months that are not higher compared to others. All right. So this is just an introduction of the insight. Okay. So let's say you have like this one, 10,000 units sold. So this is data. And then you add the context for the information. 10,000 units sold in Q1, 2024. So that is the information that you added. Okay. So for the insight, 10,000 unit actually is a 30% drop from Q1 last year. So you compare it to last year. So you can understand, oh, actually 10,000 is not the highest number for compared to last year, right? It's a 30% drop. So it's a big figure, 30% drop, right? So what you need to do from this insight, actually, you can investigate, all right? So why is the sales drop? And then you can adjust the strategy. So this is where the decision making and action are taken. All right. Yes, YOY comparison can be MOM, day to day. So it depends on your data. So this is just a sample for unit sold. All right. So it can be varied. All right. So insight actually is a revelation of a new relationship or unexpected result, because when you connected the dot, then you can identify the pattern, right, and reveal the result. So it's influence what you do next. So you can change the action. So the dashboard is not just revenue equal to 1.2 million. This is not insight actually. So insight is like this. This is the sample revenue drop 12% in the where location is the region due to lower repeat. So this is all the sentence that actionable insight. So this is what we call it, actionable insight. All right. So this is a clear actionable insight. Okay, so we know the basic. Why is it the insight? So we go into the Power BI features, AI, right? Because in this two hours topic, we want to learn about the AI that we have in the Power BI. First of all, you need to know that Power BI is a subscription, all right? So it's a free. We can use it free. Also, we can subscribe to Pro and also Premium. So what is the difference? And then before that, Power BI for the first timer, maybe you need to know that Power BI, for you to subscribe to Pro or Premium, or you need to create an account in the Power BI service, which is online service, you need to use the organization email. You cannot use personal email. All right. So even though that one is a free, but you still need to use the organization email. So company email or education email you can use, but not the personal email, right? And then this is the features AI that are available in the Power BI, the Power BI desktop or Power BI service. So Power BI desktop, you need to install in your system, which is PC or laptop. And Power BI service is an online base. So you can just, you need to have an internet and browser so you can log in into Power BI service. All right. But we focus in this class, we focus on the Power BI desktop. Okay. So free and pro, you can see that, what's the difference, right? So all the first four features still can use free and pro. But the rest, all this one is cannot use. It's just premium. Okay, so for your information, actually, the premium is the highest. And even though you subscribe the pro, you still cannot use most of the AI features. All right. And then this is the one that we going to learn in this 2-hour session, which is Q&A visual and also smart narrative. Okay, this is very simple. I will introduce you with these features. And for the free, oh sorry, this one I missed out. Okay, so for the free, actually you can use in the Power BI desktop only, okay? And you cannot publish it into Power BI service, which is online, okay? So even though you have a organization email, you can log in into Power BI service, but you still cannot use all these four features AI in Power BI free in Power BI service, all right? So Q&A is where we're going to learn later on. Decomposition tree visual, key influencer visual, and smart narrative visual. All these things is about visual, which is a chart and whatever narrative that we're going to learn later on. Okay, and then next, Power BI Pro. So I'm currently using Power BI Pro. So Power BI Pro, you have the same features with the Power BI free version, but added you can publish in online and you can use the service in online. So you can use the AI features visual in online service. Means you just log in into your account in the browser and you can use Power BI online, the AI features visual, right? But still cannot use for the one that auto machine learning or cognitive services, copilot, all these things is just a premium, right? So far, I have teaching a lot of companies. Most of them are subscribing pro version because I don't think that a premium version means then the features is only like you have added value, which is you can use the copilot and also all the AI features. But if the company are willing to pay more for the premium version, so why not, right? I have a Power BI desktop. How do I know if I have free or pro version? Okay, first you need to have an organization email. All right, organization email means your company email or your education university email. And then you can try to log in. Go to browser and type in Power BI service login, which is online, right? So there's where you need to, required you to log in using your organization email and your password, same as your Microsoft 365, okay? And then from inside that, later on, I will show you how you can view which plan currently are you using, okay? Power BI Premium is for individual or company. All Power BI actually is used for company. All right. But if you don't have a company email, means you are use your personal email, you no need to log in online. All right. What you need to do, you can just download Power BI desktop. I type down in the message here, Power BI desktop. Then you can download that one and install, use for free, just for your personal use. All right. Okay, so the next one, Power BI Premium. So you can use everything, whatever features in the Power BI services. Okay, so this one I skip because I also, it's very rare companies subscribe the premium unless they are use like every features in the Power BI, they will subscribe the premium. Okay. All right. So this is all about the features in the Power BI. Later on, we demo. I will demo it in the Power BI desktop. So first of all, we want to understand before we proceed to Power BI. There's one tools in the Power BI which we call it Power Query, right? But for this one, let me open the Power BI first, and then you can understand what is Power Query. Wait a moment. I'm opening Power BI. Where is it? All right. So this is Power BI desktop where I need to download it and then install into my laptop. All right. So this is the interface of Power BI desktop. And I have logged in. To log in, it's not necessary if you're using Power BI desktop. But if you have an account, organization account, so you can log in here and view your account online so you can see what is your subscription, company subscription. All right. So I straightforward here, we need to load data into Power BI desktop, right? Currently in this file, Power BI file, there's no data, okay? You can view on the right side here, there's no data. I haven't loaded yet, right? So I just import it from Excel. So I have the data in Excel. Let me get it first. Yeah, yeah. So my sign in require authorization on mobile. That is necessary. Yep, because you are using Microsoft 365 and there's the authenticator, right? So I think currently now all the Microsoft sign in need to have a authenticator. So just authorize that one. There's no issue on that part. Okay, so this is my data. This is just one data set. Okay, it's about sales data, a mobile phone, and then yeah, we have few information about the customer, the gender, the age, IC, state, city. But all this one is generated using ChatGPT. Any apps that I need to open from my site? No, this is just a demo. So you can view like what I will do for learning in this learning, Power BI and Power Query, right? Okay, so now I'm in process to load data into Power BI. Okay, so once I tick this file, this data set, there's a few options here: load, transform data, and cancel. Okay, So imagine you have a Power BI desktop and you have a data you want to load into Power BI. If you click load, it will load straight away from your Excel to Power BI. Okay? So let's say your data is not clean. So it's a raw. You need to edit or do something in your data. Okay? So you need to click the transform data. So what will happen when you click the transform data? It will open one more window, and that window, we call it Power Query Editor. Right? So you have a two window currently once you click the transform data. So one is a Power BI desktop, right? And the other one is Power Query Editor. So I open the Power Query Editor. So now you can see all your data in the Power Query Editor. Okay? All right, so I go back to the slide. So what is Power Query actually? Power Query is a data transformation and data preparation engine, or tools. We call it tools lah. Okay? So imagine last time for you to adjust or edit the data, the raw data, into the clean data, to transform your data, you need to have a skill, which is a coding, programming skill, or SQL skill. So you can clean up all the data using the coding, all right, the SQL. But right now, Microsoft do something else that everyone can do your cleaning the data. All right, so everyone can clean your data without coding. Okay, so in other words, to this process is, we call it ETL: extract, transform, and load. So first we extract, right? Just now I told that from the Excel, you need to load into Power BI, okay? But we extract, means we pull the data from the Excel, okay? We call it extract. Next one, before we load, we transform it first. Transform in Power Query, all right? Before it loads to Power BI, we transform it Power Query Editor. So you change something else, you adjust all the font, the blank, you want to remove the error or something else, you want to adjust the date, all right? So that one is transform. And then once you've done your transformation data, and then you can load into your Power BI data warehouse, or just load it into Power BI. So this process, we call it ETL, right? In data engineering, data scientists, we call it ETL or ELT. But for Power BI, the process is only ETL. Okay. So that one later on. So for this one, I go back to the Power Query. So right now, make sure you can see the screen, right? So I just go through roughly about the data. This is the transaction ID, date, mobile phone, what type of the mobile, and then brand, storage size, what else, color, the OS, right? Only Android and iOS. That one is all about the product, and then the price. Okay, and there's a sales channel. The customer buy online, retail store, or partner, and how's the payment type, and then go into the customer details information, customer age group, gender, IC. Don't worry about the IC, it's not the correct IC. A city, where's the customer located, state, and also the detail like latitude and longitude, right? Okay, so this is Power Query. On your right side, you can see there's a query setting, the name of the table, you can change here. Let's say this is a sales data. So I just rename it sales data set, enter. So we update the data set name. Macam mana boleh ada valid, error and empty tu? Oh, okay, sorry. This one is under view. For those who not use the Power Query, you can go to view and I just tick the column quality because easy for me to view which one is the valid, error and empty. So I know in this column, oh, I have 67% empty rows. Okay, empty rows. Actually, I haven't recognized this one. So actually, this one must be full. But just for this training, I will show you just later on what we're going to do in this Power Query. Okay, and then you can see on the right side, apply step. Source, you can click, and then this view will change. Navigation, promoted header, and then the last one is change type. So you can see whatever what is the process that Power Query applied one by one. All right. Okay, and this process actually is a one-time setup. Okay. So what you can do in this Power Query actually, I give a sample. So let's say you want to rename the header, right? This is the original header from the raw data, and then you want to give something else name. Okay, let's say I take one sample, city. All right, I rename it as customer city because all the header has a underscore, so I added underscore. Customer city, I enter. So what happened? Apply one more step for rename column. Okay, so for next time when you have the column city, you don't need to redo it for every single file. So you just load it into Power BI. You go to Power Query, and then straight away automatically it will detect, oh, whatever column name city will change to customer city. So this is the apply step that we are going to use. Okay, so there is one sample. Nama kolom tu tak boleh ada jarak ke? Boleh. Alright, boleh. For the header, we can have a space. Like if you want to have space like this, we change to space. Now, bila I nak load data, keluar message, the data in the preview has been truncated. Due to size limit, load and transform data tak boleh tekan. That one, I cannot figure out in this online session. That one, if one face-to-face session, I can identify why. Maybe because of your raw data. Okay. Can we rename the apply step so we know what has been changed on where? Rename the apply step? Yes, can, Alvin. So let's say this one, you rename column, right? And then you right click, you can rename. Or you double click. Double click, I think just right click. Right click and rename. So you know that this process is, rename city to customer city. So if you want to rename it. So I just leave it as a default. Okay, so this is just for the rename header. Okay, a lot of question came. So sabar, okay, banyak benda. You can explore later on. I want to focus on the IC number because in this session, we want to learn about AI, right? What AI can we use in Power Query? Okay, so I'm going to show you the non-AI first, then later on we use the AI so you can see the difference. Okay, what AI can help you to improve your maybe your time consuming when you do data cleaning, right? This is data cleaning process. Okay, let's say I focus on IC. From the IC, actually, what can we get? The age, the date of birth, the gender, right? And then also the location, state, right? But for this one, this is the dummy data, so the IC is not valid, all right? The middle one, so just ignore it. I just want to get the age, right? The age. So let's say you do have this customer age. Just imagine you do have this column, or maybe this column you have, but you have a lot of blank, right? But you have IC, so you can get the actual age from the IC. So I will do it this one using the long process. First, I want to extract just the 6-digit, the first 6-digit, all right? So I don't want to edit this column. I added a new column and then I extract. There's one features using extract. Length first character. So I take the first character, means it start from the first. So count is 6 character. So it will extract only 6 character. Click OK. So you can see there's added a new step, and then extracted just for 6 character. 6 character, yeah. Okay. And then from this one, you have a 2-digit for years, 2-digit for months and day. All right. In order for you to make a date, you cannot just, there's one features here. If you click ABC, you can change the data into date format. All right. But you cannot just click date and get a date. All right. You get an error because system cannot identify by the numbers, the 6-digit, right? So I remove. So if you're getting error, this one, I know this error. So I just, to cancel this step, just click here and yeah, return to the previous step, which is the extracted. Okay, so I want to rearrange, means day/month/year. Okay, so the long process, I need to split this column into 2-digit, 2-digit, 2-digit. Okay, so there's one features, split column using number of character. So I will split the column for every 2 character. So we have a 6 character, right? So repeatedly every 2, it will split. Okay. So now you have this split. Okay. All right. Okay, and then actually the split step is here, this one, but the system detect, oh, this is number, and then it will change automatically to number. How do we want to know? You can see on the top beside the header ABC, and then change to 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I don't want this one because why? Because you can see there's a 0 in front of like 5, 1, all these things. All right. And then I don't want this 1, 2, 3. I just remove. It will return to like text ABC, but and then we still can get the 0 in front, right? Nazrim, that one maybe Excel Academy can answer your question, all right? And then I know that the first one is the year, the middle one is the month, and last one is the day. So I want to rearrange, combine, and make it day, month, and year. All right. So I want to combine back, but it depends on our sequence selection. So I know this is a day, so I select the day first. I press Control. select the month, press Control, select the year. Right? So the sequence is day, month, and year. And then I right click and merge column, combine. All right? Or you can select from on the top here, merge column. So this is the data cleaning process that we do. Just one time setup. All right? So the separator. So I know this one, I want to make a date. So by default date, we use slash. All right? Slash dot can, I think slash, the easy one, right? And everyone can understand. Also, system can track this one is a date. Okay. So the column name, I rename it as date of birth. Click OK. And then you can see now, this one is day, month, and year. So look at the IC here, 80, 11, 18. And this one, 18, 11, 80. Okay. How many steps that we apply actually? 1, 2, 3, right? And then I convert it into date. So now you can get a date. Why this is error? Because actually there's an empty blank, the blank column row. So just ignore it. I know that this is 67%, 246 row, right? And then this error is 246. So I know this is the error from the blank. So just ignore it for this session. So now we get the date of birth. So how to get the age? How to get the age? So from this one, there's an option to get the age. Wait, I use the column, right? Just click age, right? And then you get a column with age, but this age in, I don't know, maybe day or hours. I think this is day. Why is the value empty show negative? Because I'm not sure for this one. I think because we have a lot of error. So you want to focus the error. Actually, we show the numbers actually for the valid and empty. But as long as I know that 67% is from the empty, and then the rest is not valid, so still okay. Replace error, yeah, good ideas. Still can, you want to replace error. You want to replace with maybe with any value, any date value, still can, all right? But I don't want to make everyone confused, all right? So maybe I need to untick this one, all right? It is possible our laptop will hang if we have a lot of apply step for million of data. Yes, if you refresh the Power BI or Power Query, all right? Means it will refresh and apply the step one by one, only once per refresh. Okay, it's not like Excel. When you enter the formula, it will calculate the formula every second or every minute, right? So for Power Query or Power BI, the hang will happen when you click the refresh on based on your data. Okay, it depends on your data. But if your data just small data, there's no issue. Okay, so please ignore the error. Okay, all right. So this age actually, I think is a day, and then I transform it into years because we want to know the years, right? And so now I have changed it to years, and I round up. So now we get the age for the customer, right? So we have here, let's say this is not valid, or maybe there's blank. So we can just use the updated one, okay? So this is the long process. How many steps you apply? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 steps, all right? Okay. And then I want to use the AI features where you can minimize the step and improve your productivity by reduce the duration of the refresh rate, right? So I just start from, I do it the another one lah, all right? IC number. Nazri and Emily, that one later on, Excel Academy will give the link, right? Okay, so for this step, I want to extract, I re-extract, I don't want to disturb the DOB. So I re-extract the 6 character, the first 6 character. Oh wait, I think this one, I added one more step. I don't want. We still can straight away pull the IC number and get the date of birth, right? Date of birth. So I click the IC number here, and then there's one features, column from example, and I select the from selection because I want to use just the IC number and extract and make it the date. Okay, from selection. So now, it pop up one more column 1, and then the data is blank, right? So this one, I give it a name, DOB. And then because this one is the other step, you cannot make like same header name. So you need to have a different name. So DOB, I make it 2, right? And then the data, we give example to PowerQ to understand, okay, the pattern. So I type down 18 because I want to get the 18 of the date of the IC. I type down here 18 slash 11 slash 80, right? This is the pattern. Enter, right? And then continue to the second one, 03 slash 12 slash 72. Enter. So what will happen when you type down the 2 rows? It will show the pattern, right? The pattern based on the first 2 rows, and this is what we want. Or if still not like what you want, you still can continue, right? 04 slash 11 slash 05. Enter. Until you satisfied, and then you click OK. Okay. So what happened? You are using the AI features where it will reduce a few steps compared to previous one. Okay. So you just straight away get the DOB. And then from here, you can continue to get the date and until you get the age, right? So you just have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 step. Okay, so this is the difference between the long process and some features AI that we can use for free and pro version. I mean, even free version can use. Okay, but in Power BI, Power Query in Power BI, actually we have AI, if you can see on the top here, text analytic, vision, Azure machine learning. But for this one, even though you subscribe the pro version, you cannot use. Okay, I'm sorry, you cannot use. That one you need to subscribe the premium version to use AI features in Power Query. Except for this one. Right. Wow, never know. This I hope after this you can use this kind of example. Column for example. Cool features. Question, if the year span 19xx to 20xx, how can we get Power Query to differentiate? Okay, that's why I just type down the 2 digit. Okay, I just type down the 2 digit. I don't type down the full digit. Because if we type down the full digit, let's say for this one, 1980, 1972, right? Well, what happened to the third row and fourth row? It will become 1905, 1901. So leave it like two digit and the system will detect. But that one is very complex. If you still want to get all the detail, you need to uh, like go through column by column, row by row. All right. If you have spacing issue in the middle of the IC number, how should we do? Okay, good question. So we don't know that there's sometimes people type down the number and accidentally click the space, right? And then we don't know. So what we can redo, you can go to transform and then you go to the format, you trim, right? You trim. That's a one way we can use. Okay, trim means we trim the trailing and leading edge. The one is a front and the behind it. But if you have like hidden space, you don't know, right? You can use replace value. Wait, I cancel it. I do it in the last step. Okay, so you can just replace value to find just one space and replace with, leave it blank, no space. Just click OK and it will change everything in the column. Can we add logic like if the year is less than 25, assume to be yes, that one can do, but you need to add that one is under conditional column. Conditional column, right? Actually, this features almost same as Excel. If you use Excel every day, then you can know the Power Query. You can understand the Power Query, the transform data process. Space tadi yang select tab mana? Okay, you can go to transform tab, replace value. Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of questions coming when I teaching the Power Query. Okay, because this is very interesting, and for the 2 hours you cannot cover everything. All right. As long as it's good, at least you have a question to ask and we can explore, right? That's good. I like the question. All right. Next one. So this is just for the AI features that we can use. For you to use the AI features inside this one, you need to subscribe the Power BI Premium. Okay. Even though I'm using Power BI Pro, I still cannot use. So this is where the Microsoft make money. All right. So the Power BI Premium is $20 per user per month. Do you do class on Dex also? Yes. If based on the module, right? Some of the client request the text, some of the client just want to have like basic, because text is very complex. Like if you are first timer, we cannot go like very deep on the text. Okay, so now we have a clean data. Let's say we have a clean data. Just imagine we have clean data. Just ignore this error. And I just close and apply. So what happens when you close and apply? So the data will load it into Power BI. So it's very slow because of the Zoom, and I'm sharing my screen. So there's error. Just ignore. I know the error came from the column IC. Okay. Just close. And now the data is loaded into the Power BI. Okay. This is the clean data that we have. We are done in the Power Query. So it means the process is extract, go to the Power Query to transform the data, and then load it into the Power BI. So on the left side, you can see the table view. This table view, you can view your clean data that you have applied in the Power Query. So now DOB-H and DOB2. All right, can someone mute? I think there's a, maybe admin can help me to mute everyone. All right. Nazri, a Power Query editor is also under Microsoft, yes, but it's not like. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I'm muted. Okay, Power Query Editor is available in Microsoft, yes, but it's not a standalone software. Power Query is available under Power BI or Excel and Excel. Okay, so you can use either in Power BI or Excel. So you can find in Excel, you can find under tab data and Power Query. And then there's a slightly different Power BI and Excel Power Query, because the AI inside that one. But everything, I think, other than that, is still same. The feature same. You can use, try, right? You can explore, right? So this one actually you have a data because the rest is blank. Okay, that's why the blank is on the top. But if you scroll down, you can see the data here. Okay, so actually you have done your data cleaning. So this is the demo. It's built into MS application like in the MS Power BI and MS Excel. Yes, yes, Nurul Hafiza. Okay, so next one. I go back to the slide. Using AI visual for actionable insight. All right. Okay, so we have done with the AI features, whatever we have in the Power BI, and then Power Query. What is a Power Query, and what is the function of a Power Query? How can we load data in the Power Query? What AI can we use in Power Query, and then we load into Power BI. All right. So next one, we're going to use AI visual based on the data we have in the Power BI. One of the features that we can use is Q&A visual. But before that, we show the normal the normal visual that we usually use, right? This is the report view. On the right side, you have a visual. You can see the icon represent every single visual that we have here. Okay, and this is the data set. All right, before that, I want to make a measure. Give me time. Wait a moment. Just 1 minute. Let me create one measure here. Total sales. Price. All right. So let's do one visual. Okay, let's say I want to do a pie chart. So I just click a pie chart here. And then it appear like this kind of visual represent the pie chart. I make it larger. And then on the right side, you can see there's a legend value. Just focus on these two, legend and value, right? In any visual, you need to have value and category. So legend is the category, okay? You cannot have only one, except for the like this card. But for the rest of the visual, you need to have a value, the number, and also the category. Okay, number is a value. So I just drag the total sales into the value. Okay, so now you have just a circle, and then the value is 2 at 7K. Wait, I make it like Ringgit Malaysia. Let me find it. All right. And then this is a number, total sales. Actually, is a this number came from the price column. So I just summing everything in the price column. Sometimes the column one to select did not appear in the drop down list. Which drop down list? Can you explain, Ryan? Okay, so for this one, I have added the value, total sales, and then the legend. Okay, let's say we have a customer age group. I just drag this one into the legend. So straight away, we get the customer age group. Okay. In the formula bar for DEX, yeah, because you need to understand how to use the DEX. Then you know, because every function have a different format and then type how to use the DEX. That's why it did not appear in the drop-down list, Ryan. Sorry, do you share the sample file? I not share for this one because it's 2 hours session. I'm afraid that you cannot follow like by using my data. And then if you have any problem, I'm afraid you don't know how to fix that one. So better you using your own data, then you can explore using this kind of feature that I show, right? Because you are familiar with your own data. Okay, so this one is the normal that we use, which means we just select the pie chart and then we drag, get the pie chart. Okay, and the other one is we can use is Q&A. Just click this one. So what question you want to ask? Okay, or you want to let the Power BI to do. This is the AI features that are available for the free up to premium. So let's say I just type down like total sales by customer age group or total sales by age group. let's see if the system detect or not, right? Total sales by age group. I click this button, submit. Let's see if the system detect. I don't think it's detect because I need to write down the full header name. Okay. Oh yeah, it's detect. Yeah, take time because of the internet is slow. Not internet, I think the PC because I'm sharing my Zoom and also there's a I open a Power BI and the other things. All right. So total sales by age group, but this one is appear as column chart. Sorry, bar chart. Okay, but I want to appear as pie chart. So total sales by age group as pie chart. Just type down. So now you can see that by just write down in the Q&A and the visual will change it to the pie chart. Nur Syazwani, cross report tu kena on time bila dekat drill through to which one you cross report? This one? Oh yes, yeah, correct. But this one is depend on the features. So far, I not using this one in my learning session, right? It's depend on if you want to explore that one, you can just click this one, cross report. Okay. Yeah, so much easier. Very nice. Yes. Whatever you want, you can ask the Q&A. Actually, we have a co-pilot here. But as you know that co-pilot is only available for premium, so you cannot use for free and pro subscription. Okay. Because the co-pilot is easier than this Q&A. You just type down like in ChatGPT, then the function, the visual will appear as what we want. Okay, or you can explain and everything is done. So this is the different. So the first one is the manual that we need to click pie chart and drag. But this one you just type. But make sure you type down the relevant column. All right. Total sales by, total sales is the value by, and then what is the category? Or maybe you want to add few category, so you can just type down in the Q&A and it will appear. Okay. Or maybe you don't want the pie chart, you want in the table. Let's see. So now you create a table or matrix. Matrix basically is like a pivot chart. Pivot in the pivot table in Excel. So you can see it will show the visual that we want. Does our data get exposed when we use Q&A function, or is the process done locally? It's done locally. That's why I said that this is not because of the internet. The slow process is because I opened a lot of software, like the Zoom is taking a lot of RAM, so it's slow. Okay. So this is locally. You don't have internet, also you can use Power BI desktop. All right. So I'm using this one, I think, very frequently. Okay. So I just make it as a pie chart. Oh, called donut chart. This is donut chart. That's the donut chart. And then once you satisfied, you can just click this button. There's a small icon here. Turn this Q&A result into a standard visual. Okay, just click that one. You convert into your visual. And as you realize, there are 4 tabs on the left of the Power BI. You are currently using the top one for visual. Can you okay, Nazri, the left part, this one icon, first is the report view, where you do your report, your chart, or whatsoever you want to show to the user, the other user, because Power BI we create a report to let others to read. Okay. And the second one is the table view. You want to see your data. So I've loaded only one data set. So I only can see one data set here. Everything is inside here. Okay. And the third one is the model view. Model view, if you have a few table and it related to the data, all right? So you can, this one is intermediate to advanced. We will explain about this model view.
Sorry.
Okay.
If we have two input files, two
Yep.
sources, will the table on the second tab will show
Yep.
two files?
Yep.
Two.
Correct. Correct. We show two table here, data set. So
How
first sales data
will
set,
they show? Oh,
I will show
they will
like this. So you can just expand and every detail column is appear in here. All right. If you select the second data set, it will change this view to the second data set.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
And then this data set that you are loaded, not just in Excel, we have a multiple sources that we can connect it and bring it into the Power BI into one file. Okay, how to import more than one data set? Yeah, you can just click the second one, file Excel juga. So just click Excel workbook and then load it into the same process as the previous one. Okay.
So the third tab on the left is to combine several files.
Not to combine, to relate. There's a relationship between the two data set.
To
So let's
link.
say you have an IC, and then the other table you have something else of based on the IC, maybe the number of sales that the participant or the customer buy. So you can, yeah, it's like SQL, but it's easier to understand because you just drag and then you can relate to each of the table. Okay, you don't need to use VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, XLOOKUP in the like in Excel. Just link it together and then everything will connect it. Okay. So this is not covered in this 2 hour session because it's very complex, and for the first timer, I think it's a lot you can learn from this session. Okay. Yeah, Nurul Hafiza, correct. Between data from data sheet and data set, correct. Okay, so we learned about the Q&A visual instead of we create a manual. All right, so you can just use the Q&A, type down and convert it, the sentence that you type down right in the box, and then convert it into the visual. All right, this is the one. All right, so this is just a sample. Okay, so demo I have shown. So the second one, smart narrative. Smart narrative. Okay, this is the interesting part. What is smart narrative? Let's say you have a report. So your report, basically you just create a chart, and then sometimes you need an explanation about the data or the chart, and then send it to your team, your manager, your top management. All right. So I know most of the time our current practice, we identify the pattern manually, and then you type down manually, right? So we're going to learn how can you utilize the AI features. I create one more page for this one. Okay, so let's say I just create the pie chart using the Q&A. So we want to utilize the AI and make it larger here. So that's a sample that suggestion that what you want to know, right? But for this one, I just want to get the previous one. Total sales by each group as pie chart. Enter. Done. Easy. And then make sure you convert it into the visual. If not, this just a Q&A and you cannot like edit everything. So you need to convert it into visual first. And you're done with this one. Okay. And
Sorry,
then
where do you get the query?
the what?
Uh, how do you find this? How do you create the pie chart here?
Okay, I use the Q&A. There's a one visual named Q&A. This is like a checkbox here. The icon.
Why don't you just use the pie chart above there?
Yeah, still can. All right. I just want to show that what AI can do, because this Q&A is the AI features that we can use. Other than using this one, and then you need to find the customer age group and then drag into the legend and take the total sales, drag into the value. All right. So we utilize
Okay,
the AI.
so Q&A is like a prompt. We do a prompt and ask the Power BI to create for us what we
Yeah,
want
but
instead of clicking the
but it's
button.
not like totally prompt, because it detect by what field of the data we have, like, because I just type down total sales, so it detect this total sales column, and then I type down total sales by what you want, the category. So you need to know your data, you know all this kind of the features. All right. So I just type down the customer age group, or maybe I want to know the gender. I type down the gender, right? So it will appear total sales by gender, or maybe you want to know by other things. All right. Donut chart, just type down, but make sure it's relevant with your data, and then what visual that can the AI do. Okay, so we change everything. Okay, so I copy, and then for this one, the second one, this one, I want to make a narrative. You know, a narrative is like the explanation of the data, of the visual that you have here. Okay, because manually, current practice, maybe we are type down one by one. Maybe we need to understand which is the highest. So let's say this is the highest, right? The 26 to 33 years old group are the highest total sales with account for 66K, all right, in total. So you need to type down everything and then continue the second one. Oh, the second one is 42 to 49 years old, is the hold the second highest. Is the Q&A a smart analysis the same things? Sorry, which one is the smart analysis that you are talking about? Is it in features in here? Okay, so I want to show that the another features other than Q&A, which is the narrative. So I select the second one, which I copy, I paste, and then I select the narrative. So what happened? Actually, this one choose a narrative type. If you are using a premium version subscription, you can edit the prompt and then change it to the something as you want using Copilot. But you just click custom. We create based on the data, and then you type down manually. So for this one, you can see that 26 to 33 accounted for 22%. Okay, so it will show just for the first one. Okay, so you can add few other things that in the narrative. But what happens when you change the selection? You can select in the pie chart actually. I click control and I select multiple. So now you can see this narrative is changed based on the selection. All right. Nampak tak? Can you see? Let me try to make it larger. Dekat mana pilih narrative tu? Okay, you need to copy the same visual and paste just beside it. And then for the second visual tu, you just click this narrative. There's one visual called narrative. Can you share a tip how to use DEX using Copilot? Fadil, if using Copilot, actually, you can just use in the Power BI here, Copilot, but that one is a premium version. Okay, so what I do for DEX, usually I just go to the ChatGPT and ask them to write down a DEX. That one is easier. Even ChatGPT can understand, right? Okay, so now you can see this one is 26 to 33 group accounted for the highest, which is 22.84% of the total sales. Okay, which is just for the blue one, the light blue. So what happened when you selected multiple group like this? You don't want to know like everything. You just select like 3 group here. So now, alamak, dia kecil pula. Wait I make it larger here so that you can see the different. Okay, so when I selected few group, it will change depends on our selection. So let's say if in the meeting, your boss want to know like which one is the highest, all right, based on the selection. So this narrative actually is automated created because we are using free and pro version. All right, that's why before we convert it into the narrative, there's an option use Copilot or custom. So custom, we still need to custom like type here what you want and then edit a few narrative. Okay, but if you are using a premium, you can use a Copilot and just ask the Copilot like other AI chat that you can ask and let them give a result. Okay, to write down your narrative. Okay, this is one for pie chart. Free version got this feature or not? Yes, you can use these features, the narrative version, okay, but in Power BI desktop, only in Power BI desktop. If you want to use in the Power BI service, which is in the browser, you need to use a Pro version. Okay, so I think at this moment, you still can use in the Power BI desktop. Dia keluar as sum of XXX. Macam mana nak ubah ke average of dekat narrative tu. That one, we need to custom it like, you click here. So you can change, kan ada line tu kan. If you can see there's a line, that line actually is the variable. It changes every time. Alright? So you can click the numbers that has a line and then you can custom it, like change the percentage to the number, adjust. So this is very custom, right? So you need to explore how to custom this narrative. Yeah, management love this narrative reporting, but do we need to create dedicated spaces in the dashboard to show the narrative, or can we create pop-up tooltips on the visual? Either way can, Adib, Mr. Adib. So tooltips, I prefer it to use both, okay? Because some of the, I have done like doing, I'm an analyst, so I've done doing report for a few management type, okay? some management want to know like the narrative, want the explanation, even though you can see like this one, and then they really want to get the detailed narrative. So you just use a narrative beside the chart. And the other one is they want to look at the like the tooltips. Tooltips is like when you hover your cursor into the certain area, it will show the information and you can adjust the information. In the F1 class, I will show how can you edit a small chart in the chart, all right, in the tooltips. That one is the features in the Power BI can do. If we accidentally change the value inside the narrative box, will it change the value in the main source file too? No, Nazri, it will not change. This is just applied into the narrative, this visual. Whatever we apply into this visual is only left in just in this visual, okay? You go back to your data, still same, all right? And then one more thing, you change this data in the Power Query, it will not change your data in your raw data file, your original file. Okay, it's not reflected. So it just like change, load it and then change. Can we edit the statement in the narrative output? Yes, by the way, help me to answer. Yes, thank you. We still can write down here in the narrative. And then if you know how to edit the narrative, so you can use this one, just click either of the what variable, and then you can add all the information like this one value. Okay, this is I cannot show in this class because we only have left like almost 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, so this is one narrative, simple. So let's say you want to make another one. I think this one I want to make like two chart. Okay, one is for the I use Q&A. Total sales by I want to know get by the location, the state and city. Let's see. Yeah, so total sales by state. One, it appear as a bar chart, and then I convert it into visual. And then I do it the second one, total sales by city. And this one I want to know, I want to it visual as column. Yeah, just type, right? And then convert it into visual. So you have two, column chart and bar chart. So I copy either one, okay? And then, or wait, let me see if you just can click here, narrative. Yeah. You also can just click the visual, the narrative visual without copy lah, all right? And then click the custom. So this one, Copilot preview. Actually, I still cannot use this one because as I said, this is for premium. So when I click this one for Copilot, it give like this one cannot access. So still cannot use Copilot. Can you show how to visualize using Power BI automatically updated per hour by getting the real-time data from our own server? That one, Nazri, you need to publish into Power BI service online, and then you need to connect your data to your server. So let's say this one, currently we connected to the Excel file, which is locally in our PC or the laptop. So you need to access to like, let's say SQL server, all right? You have a server, you need to connect to log in to your server account and then publish it online, right? So that one is take times, cannot show in this one. can you show us how to do the key influence chart? Yep. Let's do that one. If we have a time, I can show that one. The key influence chart. But need to check the data that we have. This one, right? Key influencer is depend on the data. Sometimes when you drag, we not show. That one later, Alvin. Okay, so this one I click custom, and then now you can see that it appear few narrative instead of just one, like the pie chart. Right, I want to make it larger. Wait, I need to select one by one. If you want to upload a new Excel, same Excel, but with latest data adding in, how? I don't want to start from scratch back because I already create the visual. Worry the visual con. Okay, for Nusha Zwani, you have connected your data to Excel and then do data cleaning in Power Query and then load it into Power BI, do your visual, right? So what we need to do, you don't need to do from scratch, right? You just added the data in your raw data, the same file, and then just click refresh and everything is really updated. That's all, right? Okay, so for this one, because we have two visual, so it will show the narrative based on, let's see, sometimes it detect only one visual and sometimes we show both visual. So we need to understand that this one, Selangor has the total highest. So where is the Selangor? So this is for the first visual, which is a pie chart called bar chart. Okay, and then okay, Selangor also for the state, and then across all 30 states, still from the first state. Okay, so because this is a custom, it will not include it for the customer city narrative. So this is the narrative for the free. That's why it will not include everything. It depends on the detection of the in one page only. Upload the Excel sama macam step awal tadi ke, dan tekan refresh je. No need to upload, you just click refresh. You need to open back your raw data if you want to. You have added data, right? The new data. You open your raw data Excel, just add it in a new row, and then save and close, and then go back to Power BI and refresh. Okay, so for this one, if I select the Johor Bahru, so this narrative also changed, even though when I not selected everything, it will just show for the state narrative, right? But if we selected the city, let's say Melaka, Johor Bahru, you also apply and then change the narrative based on these two visual and also the narrative. Okay, so Johor accounted for 54, and then yeah, still the narrative still mentioned for the state, even though we selected the customer city. Okay, so we need to like custom in this one. So it depends on what you want to appear in your report. Okay, and then if this one not show in this narrative, what we can do, okay, for this customer city, you need to go to the format. Okay, you can take note this one, and then go to the general. I want to appear one more icon, header. This is header icon, right? So header icon, scroll down, icon. So I turn on the smart narrative. So even though this one show just for the state narrative, I still can get the smart narrative for this customer city. So you can see here, but this is just for this visual. Nur Syahjana ni, dengan syarat Excel data tak boleh lain first vision baru data. Yes, Nazri, thank for the answer. I think what he meant just added new data. Yeah, betul. You just open the original file Excel and then edit the last row tu, tambah aja data baru and then close, save and close. That's all. No need to replace ke everything. No need.
Tapi doktor, saya rasa maksud soalan puan tadi tu macam mana kalau dia ada file lain tapi yang kalau dia nak tambah je susah. Dia ada file lain yang hampir similar tapi dia banyak data yang kena ubah, dia just nak tukar je file tu.
Okay, they want you cannot use a single file data source. That one is a different type of features that we need to use and it's complex a bit. Kalau kelas biasanya kalau kelas 2 hari memang ada masa memang saya akan go through that one sebab it's very powerful tools yang kita boleh guna lah. Means we just drag few file in the folder and everything will updated. Okay, but for the first timer yang baru explore Power BI, I recommend just use one file and easy to understand. So once you understand the process, so you can just explore the features, the other features. Yeah, dari folder boleh then click filter. Yep. So that one is actually is under folder. You need to find the get data folder. All right. Okay. Faham tak? What have we learned about the AI? About what features AI yang kita ada in the Power BI and the different subscription for free, pro and premium. And then go to the Power Query. We have a few AI features in Power Query, but we only can use the column. For example, just type down the pattern and then it will detect the pattern. All right.
Sorry, doctor. So, this one is similar like we add our own text box at the top there, but for the text box we need to type on our own.
Betul.
But for this narrative, it will narrate for us. It will.
Yeah, correct. So like text box is just a blank text box. You write down from scratch, and you cannot like have a custom like not custom means if you selected the few bar here, your text box will not change this one, not updated, right? But for narrative, it will change based on your selection, and it will return to the original if you untick the column, the visual. So that's the difference between your text box, normal text box here, and the narrative. Because you can see there's a line underline all this category or value means you can change the value, you can change everything, you can custom, right? And actually it depends on the value and category. That's why in every visual, in my class, I will explain that you need to learn the basic. So for every visual, at least you need to have category and value. So what value is a number, right?
Doctor, if we have many charts, like 5 charts on this page, and do we need to select which of the chart so that the narrative will only narrate
Okay, yeah.
the specific chart? So we need to select which chart.
All right.
Or it will automatically select all charts exist on the page.
Okay, even though if you can see from these two chart, right, we have a total sales by state and total sales by customer city. But when we do a narrative, we create a narrative based on like just click this narrative, right? And then you click custom. This narrative only show for the state. Okay, even though we have 2. So let's say if we have more than 2, 5. So it depends on the system to detect. So we cannot like,
Maybe can you try to control and select? So select both charts, and then you click the narrative. Maybe it will narrate both charts.
do you mean this one?
Yes.
And then I create narrative.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Because for us, yep. Still same.
Oh, still
So
same.
yeah, because this is the free version that we are using, and Pro version also still have a same free version. That's why there's an option before we can create a narrative, which is the copilot. So this copilot, actually we can ask the copilot to let these two visual to include in the narrative. So this is the features that Microsoft make money. All right.
Maybe can you use Q&A to create narrative box and choose only the box at the bottom to narrate Q&A.
I haven't
Only
tried that
that.
one. Maybe you can explore that one. All right. So using this narrative. So what you want to ask? So narrative to for total sales. So let's see. All right, I like this one. And total sales. So this one is focused on the visual. So narrative, all this AI is not included in the Q&A. So you can see there's a red color, means it cannot detect this narrative as the visual. All right.
All right.
Hope that explain. Yep, that one can do change. So drill down and use the narrative for specific chart. So what my advice is, you can have a separate page actually, and focus on that certain chart. All right, because we are using a free version, so we need to think how can we fully utilize the features, even though we still can use a half of the AI. How want to utilize all these things, right? Many technique that we can use.
Doctor, since
Okay.
we have several pages, and then when we publish, we can select which page to publish.
Yep, correct. So let's say we have 3 pages, all right? So you only want to publish for the third one, the first and second you don't want. So you can right click and hide. Right click and hide. So when you publish into the Power BI services, only this page 3 will appear in your report. Okay, so it depends on your situation. Okay, so let's so remember there's one more things that we can edit, smart narrative, let's say. All right, you still want to get this customer city narrative, so just select this one and you can have a specific narrative for this visual. So this is the option that we can use actually. Okay, but you need to go to the format, general, go to header icon, because this is header icon. Okay, for the first timer, maybe you can explore this format first and make sure you go to general. Any visual, you can just go to the general header icon and go to the icon. Make sure you tick the smart narrative. So this is called smart narrative. All right, and this smart narrative only focus on one visual, which is this visual. And for you to turn on the other smart narrative in other visual, same go to the format and smart narrative. So you can have two smart narrative. One for the first one, and the second one is this one.
But for the smart narrative, we cannot edit, or we can also edit like the narrative.
No, you cannot edit. This is the one that based on this data, right?
So that's the disadvantage compared to the one that narrative from the
because
previous.
the smart narrative is just a summary of the overall visual. So yeah, there's a lot of technique that you can explore and features. And in this class, we just focus on the AI features. Even AI, we have a few features in Power BI, all right? And if you don't have a premium version or pro version, you only can use in the Power BI desktop. And if you have a pro version, you can publish your report into Power BI service and use all these features in Power BI service, like Q&A, the narrative, composition tree, key influencer, right? For free version, is there any way we can still share our result instead of publishing? Believe only available for paid versions. For publishing, Chun, even free version, you can still can publish your report into your Power BI service online. All right, means it will publish into your account, but you cannot share to others. Right, you still can publish into your account, but that one is a free, still free. For you to share, there is where you need to pay for the pro version. Okay, so can publish to PDF or PowerPoint form? Yes, can. But that one you need to let me get here. Export, yeah, export to PDF. But PDF and PowerPoint, it will based on the page. So one page, one slide, one page, one slide. For PDF, I think seems, right? Yes, share the link to view on web. Correct, no Hafiza. So for free version, you can still can share, publish online, but your data will expose to public. All right, means everyone, whatever who have a link can view your data. So if you are working in your company and that data is confidential, you cannot just simply share as public. All right. Have to sign in only can publish. Yes, correct. You need to sign in to publish because you publish into your account, your Microsoft 365 account. If your company don't have a Microsoft 365 account, you cannot publish. Nur Husna, I have a question related to data part. The one we load, is it unlimited row? And can we convert it to text file, the one we already trimmed and so on? Okay, so for the first question, unlimited rows, yes, it's unlimited. I can say it's unlimited. Okay, because what? Because if you click the get data, you can connect it to few data sources. Let's say server have 1,000 million or billion of data, right? So how many data you want to load? So it's depend on your data. But if you load a lot, then your Power BI will take a lot of space, RAM, to process. So make sure you you check what you want in your report only. All right, and then convert into the text file. For you to once you clean your data and then you want to convert into whatever, actually you only can right click and copy the table. When we copy everything and you go back, paste into the Excel file, go to file Excel blank, then paste as this data. And then whatever you want to convert into text, you can just do it, right? Yes, Nur Husna, Excel only have 1 million plus plus. Only to load. So I wonder about Power BI. So Power BI can have more than 1 million. So I don't think in Excel you fully utilize 1 million rows. Unless you are from the data engineering, then you have a lot of data. But the one, if you have a lot of data, then you need to use Power BI service online and connected to your server directly live. Okay. If we uploaded our visuals to online Power BI and share the URL, only those having Power BI can view the visual. Yes, connect Nazrin. Correct. We can't view the visual using mobile phone. Yes, you can view your visual using mobile phone if you create the mobile phone view here. Okay. If not, if you open the link in your phone, it will appear same as whatever you do in the Power BI desktop. Okay. Any more sharing of the free AI tool or to is Q&A session? Only for this session, we only cover for the Power Query just now, the column for example AI, and then Q&A, and also the narrative and smart narrative. Yeah. Mobile also view with the URL which direct to everywhere. Yeah, correct. Free version can publish the report, but it publish public. Okay, so make sure you're aware of the data exposed to public. All right. Anyone can view your data or report if they have a link. All right. Class cover for all the AI features. So that for this 2 hour session. All right. Any question? Can embed the file to Angular web page. Angular is a website or what? If a website and you can edit the what HTML. So if you publish online, public, there's a link for embed website. So you can copy the link that embed code and then paste it into your website. Right? So you can have your visual, your dashboard or report Power BI. Alright?
Betul, nak clarify, nak minta explanation sikit. If we publish mobile version and then all others can that get the URL on the can view on the mobile phone even if we don't have Power BI in our mobile phone.
Yep. That one I need to check back because for mobile phone, you need to download the apps. All right. And then when you create this mobile phone view, whoever downloaded the Power BI and installed the Power BI apps in your phone can view same as the mobile phone view. All right. But
Also,
I'm
you
not sure
can
if
install free. You can install free on Android phone.
correct Android
Alright.
and iPhone. So you can try. But if you not install the Power BI apps, I'm not sure if you still can view. But as I know that it only appear as same as the Power BI desktop. It means a laptop or PC. All right. I hope you can try to explore this Power BI. It's very powerful tools. Everyone are using it currently. These few years, everyone exploring Power BI and try to use in your company. You can explore. It's very powerful tools and skill, right? And it's very broad. There's a lot of features actually. Okay, for this 2 hour session, I cannot cover every single question that you ask, but I hope I answer all your question. Okay. And try to, if you want to attend the class, maybe you can contact the Excel Academy, and I will train you guys basically for Power BI. It's a 2 days training. All right, that's all from me. Thank you so much for your participation. I pass the session to Mr. Adib. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Fikri. Maybe you can close your share screen. I can share mine. All right. Share my screen first. All right. So again, thank you so much, Mr. Fikri, for the excellent presentation. That a lot of input and knowledge gained today, and interesting session as well. For those who have registered through the NTW portal, your attendance have been recorded and your status will be marked as completed within 24 hours. In the meantime, please do not withdraw your applications. To generate your certification, please complete the TEE assessment. As for the video recording of this session, it will be available on our YouTube channel at Cell Academy Malaysia within 24 hours. Now, let me inform you guys about public training offered by Excel Academy Malaysia. If you are interested to enroll, you can contact us. We have Microsoft training, Microsoft Excel basic level until advanced level this July. We also have Microsoft Excel for HR professional this June, and Microsoft Power BI with AI tools this June as well by Mr. Fikri himself. So quickly register to join. It is an interesting session. Next, we have digital marketing training, digital marketing masterclass, digital marketing professional, SEO and SEM training, social media marketing, a new training introduced by Excel Academy, TikTok marketing, where to start and what to avoid. AI tools training, ChatGPT and AI tools for content creation and marketing, introduction to AI tools, enhancing office productivity, creative tools training, CapCut for video marketing, Canva, AI bootcamp, and last but not least, human resources training, essential strategies for recruitment and talent acquisition. I think that's conclude today's session. Thank you all for your great participation and have a great day. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Fikri.